there and launch scene 2 transition. You'll have to hit, yeah.
and then unmute. Hello. Welcome. I'm just waiting for Brad to get back. So if anybody's watching, one moment. All right. Brad. I don't know if there's any viewers right now, but just give me one moment. Just waiting for my co-host. Welcome to Merchants of Liberty podcast. Brad. All right, now he's out of breath. He's dying. All right.
Here I am in my pajamas.
Let's see if are we live? Hello. Yeah.
He's dying.
He's dying. All right, so welcome. Brad is
Howdy.
back.
Let me catch my breath. He's just carrying my desk into the house.
Oh, you got a new desk for?
Yeah, I got a new desk
Is that for gaming?
for gaming and to kind of hold a computer and everything.
Oh, nice. Oh yeah. Sweet.
Well,
It's chilly out there.
yeah, it is. It's not bad though. It's
What?
a nice autumn day.
Yeah, nice and cool.
So we got some stuff today, right? It's been quite the week.
It's been quite the couple weeks.
It's been quite the year, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been crazy. Crazy.
It's hard to put any part of this year into words, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, it can it needs to kind of calm down a little bit. People need to chill out.
Yeah, let's kind of get our bearings a little bit. We need a breather from all the chaos everywhere.
Yeah, it's been wild. I'm gonna move my mic a little closer.
We have to turn that music down a little.
Oh, you
I think it's in the actually you can probably
you
just
can actually go over here and just
it's not on there. It's actually over here. Click on scene 2. Oh, I lied. Is it intro?
no.
Oh man. Now where is it? Maybe it is scene 2.
Yeah, it should be.
Oh yeah, browser. And then hit interact. Now you can just pause it. I don't know if it was playing on the stream or not, but
It may have been. I'm
it
not
was
sure.
kind of loud in my ears.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just close that window and then launch up scene. Yeah.
Yeah. So now we have instead of me trying to control the computer, we have Caleb over here.
Yeah, we're trying out different ways to do this. Growing pains.
Growing pain. Yeah.
You know how to zoom in? We might have to zoom a little bit. So the USS Dwight D. Eisenhower is departed from Naval Station Norfolk in Virginia, headed for the Mediterranean to join also the
USS Philippine.
and then also the Harold Ford is out there, I believe.
Oh, there you go. So it's so they're going over there to meet up with the Carrier Strike Group too.
Yeah,
It's the whole Carrier Strike Group.
that's a lot of occupation.
Yeah.
I'm gonna we'll have to see if we can find it, but there was a video floating around that relates to this. It was a bunch of Marines doing some drills and stuff
Right in the Mediterranean.
in the Mediterranean on ships, so they're preparing for possible escalation where they would need to get involved.
Yeah, that's I'm pretty sure. Well, I mean, any Carrier Strike Group, that's a lot of ships just for
It
one
is.
Carrier Strike Group. So you have destroyers, you have your carrier, there's so many ships that.
Yeah, I'm
going
not
in with
privy
carriers.
to all the ship classes and everything. But the carrier strike group, the Harold Ford strike group, that one was sent out to the Mediterranean earlier this week, Monday or Tuesday.
Right. So
So is this a whole separate strike group?
I mean, any
So we're gonna have like 2 or 3 separate strike groups in the Mediterranean.
I
for
would
this
imagine
thing?
so, because any carrier always has,
It's like 5 ships, I think.
yeah, they always have their group of ships with them.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's if you had 2 or 3 carrier strike groups, that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, I'm even just one
And
is
just
is a
one's
big deal.
That's a lot.
Like
They
the Harold Ford carries just on its own like an ungodly amount of firepower,
yeah,
weaponry. It's crazy.
yeah. If there's 2 or 3, that's more than any. I mean, basically 3 strike groups would be the equivalent of basically any other naval country, or any other country's naval.
Right.
Because I think we have 11 groups,
Honestly, I don't know.
11 strike groups.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
How many did we have during the initial invasion of Iraq out in the Mediterranean?
I think 5 or 6.
Wow.
But still, there's no, maybe not 5 or 6. There's probably less than 5 or 6.
I don't know how to feel about this. I don't think we should be spending our tax dollars sending people out to sit in a ship for,
Right.
a possibility of getting involved. I don't think we should be getting involved at all.
I mean, I think Strike Group 2 was already over in that area.
The Ford was out there, I believe.
But
Was already in the area. I think in the Eastern Mediterranean
yeah.
is where it was, and
Yeah.
it had to make the journey to the other side.
Yeah, but we shouldn't really be wasting taxpayer money to it kind of feels like it's just going to escalate more war.
Yeah, another 20-year war.
Yeah.
I don't condone it.
No, I don't really. I mean, I think the Hamas should stop doing what they're doing, and I mean, Israel should stop doing what they're doing. But I
Yeah.
don't know if there's any way to stop it peacefully.
No,
I
this
really
is
don't.
like you hear a lot of people call it a holy war. That's what this is. They're battling over religion.
Yeah.
There's nothing that really can be done. They're either going to do it or not. They've been doing it for centuries.
Yeah.
Thousands
For
of years.
thousands of years.
I remember in the 90s when you'd hear about like car bombings and stuff, and it was usually just one off here and there.
Yeah. Yeah, and this is going to quickly escalate worse than it was in '73. Because back in '73, they did the same thing where they tried to invade Israel, and Israel tried to fight back. I think that was don't quote me. I think it was around the time of the 6-Day War,
Okay.
where you had Egypt and all those involved. But Egypt's kind of stepping back. They have their border with Gaza. They're like, you stay over there. Egypt stepping back. The only other ones that I'm concerned about is you have Lebanon, Jordan,
Iran.
Iran. Yeah, you have all those countries.
I
that are trying to get
don't
involved.
really see Iran getting directly involved.
No.
Similar to how I don't quite see the U.S. getting directly involved.
Right.
Just using
They're just
proxy
fund.
armies. Yeah. Just like Iran funds both Hamas and Hezbollah.
Right.
Similarly, how we funded multiple terrorist organizations over the last several
Yeah.
decades.
Well, and
It's all
the
same.
really messed up thing here is you have taxpayer money funding Iran.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly Qatar froze that money, but
I think
I don't trust them.
I think it was an agreement between us and Qatar to freeze that money.
Yeah.
Well, it was $6 billion, right?
$6 billion.
That's a lot of dollars.
And now we're going to turn around and fund Israel.
Mm-hmm.
So we're funding both sides. That doesn't make sense.
No, it's all part of the plan, in my opinion.
It's all money that's just getting funneled around. And who actually tracks that money? Who keeps track of it? Is it actually going to where it's supposed to go?
Right.
Doubt it.
Yeah, same. I mean, I'm sure that all the defense corporations are rubbing their hands together because they're going to be getting,
You know,
they're going to be rolling in it.
and I don't know if it's one of the things that we have that we're going to talk about, but it's just like all the politicians buying stocks into all of these war companies.
Yeah, a few days prior to
Yep,
to
a few
the
days
events,
prior
yeah.
to it. So they're just going to make more money off this, off of taxpayer money, off the backs of all the hardworking Americans,
Mm-hmm.
and they're just funneling that money into their own pockets. They don't give a crap who dies in this.
No, as long as
Who
they don't.
wins. Yep. But yeah, it's as far as these our U.S. Navy. That's, I mean, even just 2 strike groups. That's a lot of firepower.
It is. At the end of the day, I'm assuming this is more or less a show of force.
Yeah.
You know, hey, quit fucking around.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
It's that fuck around, find out meter.
Exactly. Yeah. Is it going to be 7 or is it going to be 10?
Well,
Yeah. I don't feel good about it.
if more countries get involved, Lebanon, Jordan, I know Turkey was telling the United
yeah.
States not to get involved.
Yeah, they said, you don't want to get involved in this one or whatever. I don't know if that was really like a threat or a.
Are you afraid of Turkey?
No. No.
To be fair, I'm not really afraid of the United States military at this moment.
No.
However, I wouldn't want to mess with the United States military if I was another country.
I think it depends on the context.
Yeah.
I think our government has proved themselves to utilize the military however they see fit, not how what would be best for the nation.
Right. Yeah, and as far as the United States military right now, I can't stand the thought of having Joe Biden as our commander in chief that's running the military.
Yeah, I don't feel good about it either. But I don't think he's running anything.
Right.
I
No.
think he's a puppet,
Yeah.
just like most other politicians. They're all puppets. Really.
Yeah, he's definitely a puppet. Caleb, you can go ahead and close this tab before you transition. Yeah, you can just close that one, and then we can. So, with the next thing that we're going to talk about a teacher has been killed by a knife
in
strike
France. Yeah, this was yesterday.
There was, yeah, and it's happened in multiple countries. I think that there was another person that was killed in China.
Yeah,
in the embassy.
They've both been stabbings, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, and they were either around or in an embassy. This one is a teacher.
Yep, a teacher was attacked
in France.
And
I think there might be a video with this one.
There could be if you scroll down, but witnesses say that the person was screaming Allahu Akbar.
Oh yeah, there is a video.
Yep.
Go ahead and make that full screen and start it over.
Might want to.
I don't believe there's anything graphic, so
okay.
If you're at all squeamish or anything, please look away. If you're No, there was nothing really
graphic about it, but
they're fighting over like a chair. The guy's trying to protect himself with a chair. It looks. So where was he stabbed? I'm
not sure where he was stabbed at. It happened so fast. Oh, right in the side.
He falls down. Okay.
It's actually a really vital part. Right, right in the side. Yeah.
So the hard part about these types of posts and videos is like it's hard to discern like how they say,
What's all happening?
yeah, what's happening.
If it's factual,
If it's factual, if it's what these people are saying, like they say, witness say he was shouting Allahu Akbar. Is that really true? I
so
think a
there's
lot of
actually it looks like there's multiple people injured. So the teacher died, and then there was two
Mhm.
injured. Campus, another teacher and a campus security guard.
That's just tragic.
So Chechen.
It's crazy how a conflict breaks out in one country and people are so passionate about their opinions that it leads to attacks like this
Yeah.
and riots forming. And there was one, I believe, at the border of Gaza and I think it was Egypt or Jordan. I don't remember where it was exactly, but there was a riot that broke out yesterday, and the police were throwing tear gas and using riot shields and all that stuff.
Yeah,
I think there was
there was
fatalities
riots in
at that.
France too.
Was there?
Yeah, there
In
was riots in
France?
France where
I
they
know
actually
there were thousands of people that went to a protest in London yesterday too.
yeah.
They filled the streets. It was crazy.
Yeah, New York. There were protests in New York.
New York. I didn't see much about that. I know there was a lot of people and they were
I think the ones in New York, and this is going to kind of sound funny because Democrats were saying it back during the BLM protests, but I think
right.
the ones in New York were mostly peaceful. But the ones in France, they actually pushed the
I might have seen
pro-Palestinian
some clips
protesters
about
out
that. Yeah.
with riot shields and all kinds of stuff. Um, as far as as far as these stabbings though, um, it doesn't matter who you are. If there's a person that has a knife, the best thing to do is create space and get the hell
Yeah.
away from that person.
Yeah.
Like if it's a close fight, if you had a choice between a knife and a gun, what would you rather have?
A gun.
You'd rather have
All
a gun.
fights I'd rather have a gun.
I mean, yeah, but if it's close, if it's a close proximity, and a person had their knife in hand and you had your gun holstered, and they were maybe a couple feet away from you,
Yeah.
I'd because if you if you get stabbed with a knife, you're more likely it's going to be a fatal blow. Because if somebody's a knife's deadly.
Very. Yeah. The best thing to do is create space as much
Yeah.
as possible. Yeah.
Like it looked like the person in the video, the teacher picked up a chair.
Yeah. The plastic chair. Yeah.
Just get out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Just create space. There's not really, if you're not armed, there's nothing that you're going to be able to do. A chair's not going to stop the attack.
No.
Just create space.
A blunt object, if you can, like
Yeah.
a longer blunt object than their knife. The distance is what you really want.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we could move on from this one. See what I don't remember what the next
But
one
yeah,
is.
the distance is a good thing to have. And yeah, if you had something, a plastic chair is not going to do anything.
No, if you could get
If
your
you
hand
had-
on a pipe or a bat or
Yep.
a broom, that broom's not going to be as effective even if it's a wood handle, but
And
it's
just
gonna you can use it
just
as like
Poke him.
yeah,
keep his-
something to keep your distance, and you can strike them with it too, like a staff, but
Right.
it's not going to be very effective.
And I mean, a gun would be more effective, quick drawing
Yeah,
and coming up on the target. But yeah, it's scary. There's not really. It's kind of hard to defend against a knife, especially like if you even like trying to block it with your arms.
yeah.
There's-
I'm not at all a hand-to-hand combat
No.
specialist, but I wouldn't want to fuck around with somebody with a knife.
Mm-mm. I mean, even if you knew like jujitsu or anything like that, it's still extremely dangerous to try and defend against a knife.
Yeah.
You-
Yeah, anything that involves close quarters
Mm-hmm.
and sharp objects, somebody's gonna have a bad day.
Yeah. Someone will have a bad day.
So this next one we have is Benny Johnson on Twitter claims that the attacks from Hamas were planned for like well over 2 years.
Yeah, they were posting videos of them training. Have you seen those?
No, I
They're
I
actually
heard something about like meetings and stuff between Iran and
Yep.
like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah. So they had meetings with Iran higher officials, with Hamas and Hezbollah, which Hamas and Hezbollah don't typically get along. Those are two separate I forget what they call them, but Shia and
Yeah, Shiites and I don't remember the other.
but
They're
two
like
different
two
groups.
different denominations of Islam.
Islam, yeah,
Yeah.
and they don't typically get along.
Mhm.
But Iran actually pulled them together and set out on this plan where they got them to basically fight together. Um, and on top of that, they were posting videos of them training. They're posting videos of them blowing up the razor wire, showing how to get through it with the
Bangalore.
Bangalore, yeah,
Mm.
and showing how to get through different types of walls and stuff like that. So they were posting videos of it. I find it hard to believe that no intelligence agency didn't know about this attack coming.
Oh, same. I also find it hard to believe.
I
Well,
f-
and there was reports early after the attack that Egypt had tried to warn Israel ahead of
Yep.
time, like weeks or something like that, that
yeah,
this was going to happen, and they ignored it.
yeah, I find it hard to believe, especially, which makes me question. I think they knew, but why did they not do anything about it?
Exactly.
It's just like with Pearl Harbor. They knew Pearl Harbor was going to happen before it happened,
Yep.
and they allowed it to happen. So the question is, why allow mass death like this?
Yeah. Is it being allowed, or is it just really bad at calling bullshit?
Yeah,
Like, oh, we're just really bad at calling a bluff.
right.
And
That's
whatever.
possible.
I don't know. It does definitely feel like
Yeah,
it was all, hey, just let it happen.
just let it happen, and then It's like they plan, like on the other side of it, they plan on like, okay, it's gonna happen, but this is what we're gonna do about it, and then we're gonna use this event to control more, to
Strip rights.
strip rights,
Yeah.
to they're always like scheming to try and figure out how to screw over their own citizenry, screw over the other country's citizenry. They're always scheming to find a way to enforce more power and create more control. And it's like, if that's the case, like fuck Hamas, fuck Hezbollah, fuck Iran.
Yep.
The same thing is if Israel allowed this to happen, fuck Israel.
Yeah. Exactly. If it was all just,
I just noticed our stream is red.
what does that mean?
That means it's slow.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Is it running fine? Okay.
Okay. Well, did you show this? Oh,
Yeah.
you did.
Yeah,
Okay.
he had it pulled up. So, Joe Biden's failure in Afghanistan paved the way. That's another thing.
Yeah.
Like some of these Hamas fighters, some of the Hezbollah fighters carrying M4s. Like all of that military gear that we left over in Afghanistan when we pulled out. How much of that?
Undoubtedly, that stuff is in the hands of one of these organizations.
Yeah,
Definitely.
and just sold to them.
Yeah, sold to them or
Like,
or
are they driving around our MRAPs?
right. That's a good question. I doubt it. Otherwise, I think we probably would have seen it by now.
Yeah. Because I mean,
But-
that's a scary thought.
It is. I don't know what's more scary though, seeing our own MRAPs, rolling through the streets, or people coming out of the skies with paragliders. That's pretty wild.
The paragliders was what was,
That's insane.
and if anybody is at a festival or any type of outdoor music, anything, if you see paragliders or parachutes coming in, get
Run.
the
Yeah.
fuck out of there. Get out of there.
Yeah. No thanks.
There's just run and get away from that scene as fast as you can. Because that's actually really terrifying. Like, it reminds me of the movie Red Dawn.
Yeah. Yeah, I seen a video of like 50 of these things up in the sky, and they had like
Just coming in. Yeah, they're
just
like
coming in.
speckled
Some of them
everywhere.
had flags behind them and
Yeah.
smoke and stuff.
Yeah, and
No.
that's another thing that goes to I believe that Israel knew beforehand, because they actually had IDF stationed by that music festival.
Yeah,
They had a
they had
tank, they had all
like
kinds
they
of
were
stuff.
mandated to carry their weapons and stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, they knew it was gonna happen. It's disgusting. Well, what do we got next?
Like, I love all people. Like, I like the good-hearted Muslim people, and I love the good-hearted Jewish people.
Yeah.
Like, as me as a Christian, like, I love all of those people. I can't stand Islamic terror, and I can't stand the elitist Jewish type people.
Like Ben Shapiro.
Yeah. Where they're like, or even when you get into further, like the Rothschild family
Mm-hmm.
or George Soros. I can't stand any of those people.
No, they're all corrupt.
They're all
They're
corrupt,
all
especially Soros.
yeah, and they're all globalist, corrupt.
Like,
you
and
know.
that's not anti-Semitic. You have a section of the mass population of Jewish people, amazing people, good. They just want to live their life. They want to practice their faith, just live their life, be left alone. And then you have that small percentage of people on top. And to call those people out is not anti-Semitic.
Right.
It's not anti-Semitic.
You're calling out their obscenities,
their corruption,
their corruption, and their blatant,
blatant disregard for life,
for anyone
and for
other than
human
themselves.
rights.
Yeah.
All they care about is money and power.
And power. And maybe fame, but more power than anything.
More power than anything, yeah.
This next one we have is to kind of change topics a little bit from what's going on in Israel. This was aired on Fox. I didn't happen to catch it. I don't watch TV though, so there's that. But this video talks about like
basically
the
everything
hypotheticals. Yeah, they're talking about like, everything going on. Yeah, just go ahead and play it.
Well, I forget the name of this guy, and I'm not sure when this was aired on Fox.
Yeah, same. I
So
don't know when this was, or the graphics kind of leads me to believe this is
like
a
older.
while ago. Yeah,
It looks older.
it does look kind of old. It's a little grainy. It was definitely this is potato quality.
Potato.
Yeah, go ahead and.
And this is fair use.
This kind of just reminds me of like 2006. You know.
We work for the government. Tonight, what if the Constitution no longer applied? What if the whole purpose of the Constitution was to limit the government? What if Congress's enumerated powers in the Constitution?
Isn't that Judge Napolitano?
I don't know this guy.
I'm pretty sure that's Judge Napolitano.
To extend Congress's authority over every
I think.
realm of human life. What if the president, meant to be an equal to Congress, has instead become a democratically elected, term-limited monarch? What if the president assumed that everything he did was legal just because he's the president? What if he could interrupt your regularly scheduled radio and TV programming for a special message from him?
Oh yeah, that's him.
What if he could declare war on his own? What if he could read your emails and your
I think this is old.
search warrant? What if he could kill you without warning? What if Supreme Court justices no longer looked to the Constitution to determine the constitutionality of
You know what he's talking about, right?
Yeah.
The Patriot Act.
Yeah.
What if the rights and principles guaranteed in the Constitution have been so distorted in the past 200 years as to be unrecognizable by the founders?
See, because that justice has passed away.
Yeah.
Entities equals to each other and parents
Justice
of the
Scalia
government they voluntarily constituted. What if the state
died of a heart attack.
totally nationalized and fully centralized government? What if the Constitution was amended stealthily, not by constitutional amendments duly ratified by the states, but by the constant and persistent expansion of the federal government's role in our lives? What if the federal government decided if its own powers were proper and constitutional? What if the Constitution were no longer the supreme law of the land?
Mm-hmm.
What if you needed a license from the government to speak, to assemble, or to protest against the government? What if the government didn't like what you planned to say, and so it didn't give you the license? What if the right to keep and bear arms only...
Kind of like those First
Tell me
Amendment
what-
zones.
Tell me why I need a license to voice my opinion.
Why do you need a license to carry a firearm?
To do anything.
Government consider the military an adequate dispenser of domestic law enforcement? What if cops looked and acted like troops and you couldn't distinguish the military from the police? What if you were not secure in your person, in your papers, and in your property? What if federal agents could write their own search warrants in defiance of the Constitution? What if the government could decide when you were and were not entitled to a jury trial? What if the government could take your property whenever it wanted? What if the government could continue prosecuting you until it got the verdict it wanted? What if the government could force you to testify against yourself?
He just keeps going.
Yeah.
What if the government could torture you until you said what the government wanted?
And it all means so much more than it. Even if this is old, it means more today than it did even then.
Yeah,
Like,
a lot more.
like what they're trying to do with Trump.
Exactly.
So long as the government's procedures were followed. What if America's prison population, the largest in the world, was a cruel and unusual way for a country to be free? What if half the prison population never harmed anyone but themselves?
Victimless crime.
Except those the government chose to let them have. What if the states had no rights except to do as the federal government commanded? What if our elected officials didn't really live among us, but instead all had their hearts and homes in Washington, D.C.? What if the government could strip you of your rights because of where your mother was when you were born? What if the income tax was unconstitutional? What if the states were convinced to give up their representation in Congress? What if the government tried to ban you from using a substance in your body that is older than the government itself? What if voting didn't mean anything anymore because both political parties
What if?
stand for big government?
What if? Yeah.
What if the government could write any law, regulate any behavior, and tax any event? The Constitution be damned. What if the government was the reason we don't have a Constitution anymore? What if you could love your country but hate what the government has done to it? What if sometimes to love your country you had to alter or abolish the government? What if Jefferson was right? What if that government...
Oh, that's a powerful sentence right
That's
there.
a powerful statement, yeah.
The government is wrong. What if it is dangerous to be right when the government is wrong? What if it is better to perish fighting for freedom than to live as a slave? What if freedom's greatest hour of danger is now?
Wow.
I'd rather die on my feet
And beg on my knees.
than be a slave on my knees.
Yeah. Yeah. That's pretty strong right there.
And
There's a lot of what ifs and just about it, all of them were right, honestly.
well, and like right now in these days, what we are actually seeing within our government, within our community, within society, within the United States, what we are seeing now, are you really free?
Yeah, that's a very good question. Are you?
Because right now, we are not. And
No.
like, I know how you feel about Trump. But the one thing that I can personally say, when Trump was president, my life was a hell of a lot better. I could actually afford bills. I could afford food. I could afford gas. I could afford everything. The prices for food have damn near doubled,
Yeah, and they're giving you less of it.
and they're giving you less of it. It's everything within our society is crumbling
By the second.
by the second. Each and every day that you wake up, it's worse. Every single day, it's worse. And then you have more war, more taxes, more of your hard-earned money gone.
And you don't get to choose.
Yep, and you don't get to choose. Everything, all of our freedoms, everything that we are supposed to hold dear as an American citizen, all of those freedoms just being ripped away.
like a the classic
The
tablecloth.
gone
And most people don't even really realize that
or
those
care.
those freedoms that they're losing by the day, they don't care, or they don't even notice it's happening.
Right. And the crazy thing is when people start talking about like this, like those hate speech laws, like where people think that you should go to jail for saying something that they don't like and that they consider hate speech. Well, what if on the other side, because political parties flip all the time with voting, that stuff changes all the time. What if you make that a law? What if what you say we consider hate speech?
Exactly.
And then they jail you.
They can't be held accountable for their own actions when they want everybody else to be.
Right. Well, they don't think they can.
They don't
But what
think
happens if let's say hypothetically, people stand up to the point where it abolishes this government and they install a new government back to the fundamentals of where government for the people by the people, and that government actually represents the people,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like the people that are fighting against the Constitution and Bill of Rights, that's the definition of a tyrannical state of mind, a tyrannical government. It's crazy
you're not
to
wrong.
think that way.
It is, and it's crazy how many people go along with it.
Yeah.
Are convinced that that's the way that you should be.
I don't know. Well, I mean, I kind of know this state of mind that is going on these days with people. These people were brainwashed to think the way that they do, to where in public schools, in places where people go to learn, they're taught at a young age to think the way that some of these people think these days.
Mm-hmm.
And you should realize that the way these people are pushing us is you will no longer own anything. You will no longer be able to live the way that you think you get to live. You're going to live in actual chains.
Yeah, and the most bottom of the barrel of poverty you can possibly imagine.
Yeah.
That'd be everybody but the political elite.
Right. And there won't be any way out.
No.
You're going to these people that believe a certain way, they want this country a certain way.
The whole world a certain
And
way.
the whole world, yeah, essentially. Once that happens, there's no way out of it. And I promise you, you will not, even though you think that if you believe in Marxism, communism, if you believe in anything like that, you can think that it's perfect because on paper it sounds good.
Oh yeah,
You push that
classic. Oh, it's never been done right.
Yeah, I know. You can push
That's
a country.
the classic excuse.
You can push a country a certain way into communism or Marxism, and I promise you, you will not like it. You will not like it.
You might for the first couple months, maybe even the first couple years, 1 or 2 years, it might be great.
Right.
On the surface, and you'll probably have things to complain about it. But then after that initial, people start to get used to it, it's gonna get real shitty real quick after
Real
that.
quick. Well, it's just like in Venezuela, dude. When Venezuela collapsed, and they were eating zoo animals to survive. Zoo animals. Like, could you imagine? Look, there's lots of dog people, lots of cat people. Could you imagine having to eat your own family pet?
Right, or your neighbors,
Or your neighbors?
or another person. I don't see that in that scenario, but
I would hope
that would
not.
have to be a apocalyptic scenario. But
But still, the path that we are going towards communism and Marxism. It's not good.
No. I can't believe that there's people out there that want that. There's a lot of them.
There's a lot of them. But we need to get back to the fundamentals, back to the Bill of Rights, and back to the Constitution, the original Constitution.
Yeah. 100%. What do we got up next?
Wendy Patterson.
Oh, this was
Event 201.
Yeah, Event 201 was the code name for a COVID plan. It's,
I actually remember them pushing this because this was part of Bill Gates, the group with Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and stuff
right.
like that. They're pushing the Event 201. They actually openly talked about it.
Did they really?
Yeah.
That's not surprising.
But yeah, let's see. So this is about they changed the republic rule of law to democracy governance without our approval or any law, but as dictators. So, well, I mean, yeah, they changed a lot of laws without
They did.
even going through Congress.
Or really telling anybody about it.
Yeah. When you can
Slipped
just
them into random little bills here and there and
well
into 3,000-page bills, and nobody's ever going to read it.
yeah,
you know,
like
slip-
continuing resolution bills.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like that, and then like the Emergency Powers Act, where they just outright say, "Oh, this is just an emergency.
Oh
You
yeah,
guys
it's an
can't leave your
emergency,
house."
so you don't leave your house, unless you're going to and from work, da da da.
Yeah.
Just leave people alone.
Yep. Can't leave your house. I mean here, even when we had the emergency shutdown when COVID first started,
Mm-hmm.
Whitmer put a thing out that like, "Oh, you can't even go fishing."
Yeah, and then
Like, how
her,
does
her
that-
husband was at a lake that same day,
That was
or like a day later,
Tor-
like somewhere around
Torch
that-
Lake or Elk Lake, one of the two.
something like that. Yeah, he was.
He called the marina and told them to put his boat in the water. And then the marina was like, "No, you're going to have to wait in line." And the guy's like, "Do you know who I am? Do you know who my wife is?" The guy's like, "I don't give a fuck who your wife is. I know who
Exactly.
you are. You're going to the back of the line.
Exactly.
And you're going to wait. Just like everybody else." But that's how corrupt these people are, dude. They think that they have more of everybody below them does not matter. Like they are the most important thing in the world. Like, no, you're not.
Didn't she spent like a couple $1 million of Michigan taxpayer money to build a fence around her house?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
And
That's
she's part of the same people who say, "Oh, building a wall on the southern border is not going to stop anybody." What about the fence you built around your house? What's the difference?
Yeah, they have no sense of logical thinking at all.
None at
or
all.
just common sense.
What's at the bottom of this? There's some more, I think. Oh, there's a video. Of
Oh,
course, it's
yeah.
Fox.
Yeah, Fox Business.
Yeah, whatever. You'll have to unmute it and probably start it over.
I mean, it's just extraordinary to me that.
Oh, I can't stand her voice.
Working with
I
social
know, Jane.
media to amplify lies and suppress truth, and has been doing so repeatedly. Why couldn't the American people
That and
know?
wasn't
In
she
her
a,
breath, the way she takes a breath.
There are other
Right.
alternatives
That
to
and
COVID.
wasn't she a part of the Council on Foreign Relations?
Know that there
I
was
think so, yeah.
Yeah.
the vaccine.
This is all pre-planned by an elite group of people. That's what I'm talking about. Event 201 that occurred in late 2019, prior to the rest of us knowing about this pandemic. Again, this is very concerning in terms of what has happened, what is happening, what continues to be planned for our loss of freedom. Again, it needs to be exposed, but unfortunately, there are very few people, even in Congress, that are willing to take a look at this. They all push the vaccine.
It's because they're all in on it.
Be
They all got their name in the hat for,
Right.
their cut.
So many people just simply don't want to admit they were wrong, and they're going to do everything they can to make sure that they're not proven wrong. We're
Well,
up
some
against a very
people-
powerful group of people here, Maria. But fortunately, you say, what can we do? Well, we do have reporters like yourself, like John Solomon, other people that have the courage to report the truth against the mainstream media and against the narrative.
But that's the only way this is going to be solved, is we need the truth to be exposed. We need more Americans to listen to the truth, to be exposed to the truth, to pull their heads out of the sand, quite honestly, open up their eyes and
Yeah.
understand what is happening
Well,
in the country.
media and social media companies don't want you seeing that stuff, so they're going to censor it.
Yeah. Well, that, and it's going to get even worse now with AI and stuff like that too.
Exactly.
Like you can't even tell what's fucking real anymore.
Right. And we have some stuff about
These amendments that are coming up that are going to be voted on in 2024 on the WHO are frightening, and they really risk taking away all of our sovereignty. People have to awaken to the dangers of the moment.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
He's not wrong, but you know what I just realized is you have elites talking about other elites.
I know.
Like
Yeah, I know. Like
these
they're not the
elitists.
elite. Oh, it's all the elitists.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I think's happening is I think there's two different elite groups. Like back in the day they used to call them bloodline families and stuff like
Yeah,
that. Right?
yeah.
I think there's I think those bloodline families separated into groups. Maybe two different groups. Maybe there's more than that. But I think they're just fighting each other.
That
I think
That
that's
could
what's
be.
going on. Like after
I
seeing
could
that,
see
that
that.
kind of clicked in my head. Like, you have elites talking about elites, but that's what it seems like. Where you have a fight between two different elite.
Yeah,
families.
do they somehow see themselves a little, like a step below who they are claiming are elites? Like if you are part of the elite class, you can't really say, "Oh, the elites."
Well, you have a family that starts with the name P. I am not gonna say that on YouTube, but I'll spell it out. Payseur. That family runs all of the other families that are below it. That is the ultimate family.
Yeah.
That's the family that controls the other Rothschild, Rockefeller, all of those other families. That's the family that controls that. Those people, you don't know their name because they don't have that same last name anymore. Because it was when Marie Antoinette was beheaded, you had those people come over here, and that's where they came from.
Oh, okay.
Like that family, that certain family believes that they are descendants of Jesus Christ himself, and they call them Merovingians.
Okay, I've heard this before.
And they actually believe that they are actually descendants of Jesus Christ.
Interesting.
So they believe themselves to be that much above everyone else. But the crazy thing is they are not that, but they think they are.
That's wild. What do we got next, Caleb? Oh, yeah.
Oh, this next one. Yeah,
Yeah.
so
this guy, he for whatever reason jumped into the 9/11 memorial.
yeah,
I don't have much context to this, but other than he climbed in there, I don't know if this is like a,
tried to
self-delete
self-delete himself.
situation or he did survive. From what I understand, it's like 20 feet down into this hole, but he jumped in there or crawled in there.
I can't comprehend this because it feels like a trying to self-delete.
It seems that way, or like he's, trying to sacrifice himself, or I don't even know.
For what?
Right.
But
Yeah, go ahead
the
and hit
video
play.
is wild.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. He just like crawls in there.
You know, I never thought to make these videos on our other streams to make them full screen like
Oh,
that.
right.
It's a good job, Caleb.
What is he doing?
And this is crazy.
Could you imagine just like being in New York and seeing this? I think this was earlier this week. I don't remember.
And then there's blood left over. After.
Yeah. Once he falls in there, there'll be some blood in the water. I've seen another angle too, but it doesn't show the whole thing.
Do you know how traumatized these other people must be? 'Cause
Right.
there's people sitting there watching
Just
this.
watching it, and you know most of them have their phones out recording it. I've seen one from the other side, like the other corner.
They just loop.
Yep, and then there's the blood in the water. What?
I do think that initial drop too is big, so he probably hurt.
It's like
himself
at
on
least
that.
another 20 feet. So he climbed in from right here, like this corner where the camera is now, and there's blood down there too. I've seen another angle from the opposite corner, but it cuts out like just before he falls in the hole.
Yeah,
What was he doing?
dude. I mean, I get it. The thought to, I don't think this way, but the situation that we're in right now, the thoughts of going to the extent of self-deletion,
Yeah, feeling it's probably like
especially somewhere in New York, dude.
yeah, where there's
Shit's getting bad.
lots of homelessness and poverty and migrants that are flooding the city.
Yeah.
They're running out of place to put people. And I
That's-
don't know what this guy's situation is. I don't, I honestly I don't know anybody's situation, but self-deletion's not the way.
It's not the way. I'm glad that he survived this, but
Yeah, he did
it's
survive.
It's really
and
sad.
I think he had some like broken ribs and a collapsed lung or something from I think what I saw. I did brief search on it.
Yeah. Yeah, self-deletion is not the way. If you have those thoughts, find some help.
Yeah,
Talk to somebody.
call a friend.
Call a friend. Call the hotline.
Yeah,
just-
could you pull up the hotline, Caleb? Just so we can show the number.
Yeah, just call somebody. Just reach out to a friend.
You can either call 988 or 911.
Yeah.
Please talk to somebody, family member or friend. And even if it, you call the hotline, it's.
Yeah, you're not
I've
alone.
heard that it's more, comforting because you're not talking to somebody so you don't, it's.
You can kind of vent. It's easier
Yeah,
to vent.
yeah. You don't have that shamefulness,
Yeah.
when you're talking to somebody it's like you instantly feel shame that you are having these thoughts.
Yeah. Yeah, and even if you feel like leaving a comment here, if you need somebody to talk to,
Yeah, absolutely.
like,
Drop
just-
a personal message or,
yeah.
a chat in the comments.
Yeah, because nobody should. I know it's hard, and life is just getting harder, but self-deletion is not the way. It's not the way to go.
No. Well, what's oh yeah, Joe Biden. There's a little clip of him meeting with some. I'm not sure who these people are, but him and Hunter Biden are talking with some folks about those business dealings that he claims he knows nothing of.
Yeah. So this is an old video because
is
the
old.
reason I can tell because it actually looks like Joe Biden
right, and not a body double.
and not a body double or
Yeah.
some dude with a mask on or who knows.
Yeah, this has got to be like 2011 or something, 2011, 2012, somewhere in there. Yeah, go ahead. Oh yeah, we need some sound with that one.
Yeah.
Look who's watching Joe work the room. Joe is schmoozing everybody after the speech. See what we have shaded there? That's Hunter watching every step of the way.
Oh yeah, he's right there.
This video.
Yeah.
As Joe schmoozes at the right time, Hunter moves in. All right? Hunter moves in as soon as it turns to business. Watch and listen here.
Maybe we can work something out, man.
Well, Hunter was just telling about his firm in Washington.
Yeah.
Law firm?
Yeah.
Do you have a card by any chance?
I do. I don't, but I'll give you my.
Well, let me give you my
Yeah,
card.
and then I gave them all away.
Okay.
But,
So then Joe goes right back to schmoozing and watch the men business. Separately. You see it? Right there. That's
Wow.
how it worked.
Yeah.
Not surprising to see this on video. But my question is, why was there somebody recording this whole interaction to begin with?
Yeah, that's interesting. Almost like hey, we're gonna use this as, well,
It could have been for like B-roll for something, you know what I mean? Like
there's a lot of stuff that people have recorded on them that's used for blackmail.
blackmail,
It
yeah.
could just be that.
It very well could be.
Or it could just be media. Maybe media, some type of news source was in the room recording
Yeah.
it.
I don't know where this was.
These people talk about this stuff openly.
Yeah.
It's really funny when they're like, "Oh, I never said that." But dude, when I think it was when Joe Biden was at the Council on Foreign Relations and he was talking, and he openly
Oh, and he says,
said-
"Oh, I sold a bunch of state secrets or something." Is that the one you're thinking of?
No, he said something about the Ukraine when he's like, "I'm not going to give you the $1 billion
Oh,
unless
yeah.
you fire the
Unless you fire the
prosecutor."
prosecutor, yeah.
And he's like, "Oh."
And then
The
it was like a
prosecutor
week
got
later
fired.
he was fired, yeah, or the next day or something.
Yeah, but he opened. These people
They openly
talk
talk about it. Just like,
You just have to find it.
yeah, just like the one I was talking about. I don't know where they were, but it was
Yeah.
he was with a bunch of Saudis, I think, and he said something about how he sold a bunch of state secrets.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just, dude, these people openly admit it
Mm-hmm.
in broad daylight.
Mm-hmm.
And people
They don't
are
try to
like-
hide their corruption
The
anymore.
crazy thing is people refuse to believe it.
Yeah, they do.
It's just like when you
it's
talk.
like the ultimate denial. Like, what are people calling it? A mass formation hypnosis.
Yeah, yeah. So it's some type of hypnosis, but it's like when you talk about Soros. When Soros, I think it was a 60-minute interview or something like that, where he openly admitted to being a Nazi collaborator, where he helped find the Jewish people that were hiding, and he said that it was the best time of his life. In an
Mhm.
interview,
Not surprising.
he's like, "No, it's the
No.
best time of my life."
That guy's a piece of garbage.
But these people openly admit it. You just have to
Yeah.
find it. You
Yeah.
have to look.
They don't. They have no shame. They are wide open with everything they do, and they know people are just gonna brush it off. Like, oh, that seems too far fetched.
Right. And the thing is like, if you think me or him are lying, have an open mind. Find it for yourself. It's there.
Yeah, it's there. You can find
Just
it.
have an open mind and look. Don't say, "Oh, it's just bullshit."
Yeah, or conspiracy.
Just look. Have an open mind.
Yeah.
Just look
Question everything.
and just question
Yeah,
everything.
you've been lied to your entire life, and most people don't even realize it.
Yeah. Have you ever seen it's a movie that was made by an actor. He's a stunt coordinator for Hollywood, and he was
No.
paralyzed during doing a shoot. His name is Mike Smith,
Okay.
but he made a movie called Out of Shadows. And like in the beginning of that, he starts out by saying, "How do you know a car is a car? You have to be told a car is a car. How do you know a TV is a TV?
That's true.
Isn't it actually a TV? Or are you just told that?" You're
That's a
just
good
told that.
question.
You don't know what is real. So have an open mind.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good thing. That's a good video to watch is Out of Shadows. I think it's outofshadows.com or outofshadows.org. I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, let's see what we got next.
Klaus Schwab.
Oh yeah, Klaus Schwab. I hate this guy. He's trying to basically abolish car ownership. He wants to abolish all personal property. Actually, he famously said, "You will own nothing and you will be happy."
Yeah, he said that during the World Economic Forum.
Yeah. Well, he's like the
He's the
leader.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's
Or
see
one of
this
them.
one with Can you make it full screen? Since it's a wheel or.
No, you have to
wait for it to. There was at one time like a slider, but Instagram is stupid. They change their stuff around all the time.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, hit volume.
We meet for the 20th. I hope I will have the pleasure still to be invited for the meeting. When we meet for the 20th Governance Summit, you will use the app like Uber.
Uber.
Not anymore to call
God, I hate
yourself
this guy.
driver.
I just noticed something. I'll say it here in a second.
Automatically guided car, a self-driven car, will come to your hotel or wherever you are and will bring you to the airport. No, Los Angeles is
You know what that
one of
is?
the cities with the heaviest traffic. Who told me in 2030 Los Angeles will be private car driven free. And this will allow to transform highways into parks and other public spheres.
That's an iron eagle in the background with a Palestinian flag in the middle.
Yeah, but it says United Arab Emirates underneath it.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Huh.
This guy, I hate how at the end he's like, we can turn highways into parks. Like, this is what communists do. They take things away from you and they try to convince you that it's a good thing.
Yeah. Klaus Schwab is an evil man.
He is.
Evil man. If you let people like this push any type of political power, you will own nothing. You will
Exactly.
not
And they're
own your
not
house,
going to
you will
follow.
not own a car. You
Yeah.
will not own anything. You will not have money.
No.
You will be broke
And hungry.
and hungry.
Very, very hungry.
Waiting
These
in line.
people don't give you what they tell you they're going to give you.
Mm-mm.
They convince you that
They try and convince you that it's peaceful, that everybody's going to live on the same
it's going to
level.
be sunshine and
Yeah.
rainbows, and it's really just going to be the worst time of your life.
Everybody's going to live on the same level, except for people like this. Everybody's going to be poor and hungry. And this man
We'll be
will
rich and full.
And full. Yeah. All these
Yeah,
people are
that's
the
pretty wild.
same. They're all the same.
Mm-hmm.
They don't give a crap about you. They just want their power and money, which means nothing
No,
to these people. It's just they just take and take. They don't care. But and that goes that same point where these people will take everything and leave the people below them with nothing. That same point, and the more that people try and push towards that, it creates more and more people that believe in communism because they don't realize what's happening.
right.
They're like, oh, I can't afford anything. I can't, screw these rich people. And they start thinking that in that communist mindset. But it doesn't work. Because the thing is that the further that they push towards communism, it creates more people that believe in communism. But communism is not the answer.
No,
It's the opposite of that.
no. But we're always going to get that classic. Oh well, it's never been implemented correctly.
Yeah.
It
Well,
never will be.
That and they blame it on capitalism because
Yeah.
they're like, oh, these rich people, they have so much money because of capitalism. It's not because of capitalism. It's because they're trying to push you towards communism, so they're stealing more of your hard-earned wealth, like taxes. They're stealing more of that and leaving less for you. They're trying to push you more towards communism, not capitalism.
Right.
Capitalism would be you have a worker, and that worker is working hard for their money, building a product. That product is being sold, but that worker is not paying taxes. That worker is keeping the wealth that
They've earned it.
they've earned.
Yeah, they've worked for their they've been rewarded for their value that they are putting into whatever it may be.
Right. When you
And
start
they're being compensated for their time essentially.
right when a country starts collecting more and more taxes, it pushes you more and more towards communism
Mm-hmm.
because they're taken from the poor and given to the rich. I think it was even like Elon Musk. I think I forget when it was, but he got a $500 million subsidy when he started Tesla. He got $500 million of taxpayer money to build his company.
Yeah, well, that was
He paid it back.
He did, and he did it kind of smart. Honestly, his first car was like insanely expensive,
Right.
but he knew people were gonna buy it, and
Yep.
he used that to build other factories to build the cars that he actually intended to build,
Right.
and he was essentially like crowdfunded that way.
It was basically crowdfunding
Yeah.
through taxpayer money. But
yeah.
at the same sense though, you
But-
have other companies that do
But
not
those
pay that
taxes
money
were tax incentives.
Yeah.
But actually, if you ever are buying anything and there's a tax incentive for, like EVs, like the EV tax incentive, you can
Right.
get like
can write it
$7,000
off.
or whatever it is, you actually have to owe money in back taxes
and back
to
taxes,
even
yeah.
qualify for that incentive.
Yep.
You have to have a tax liability to even qualify for it. It's a scam.
It is a scam, yeah. Yeah, a lot of it.
People are convinced, I'll get like $7,000 off of this car essentially.
Right.
But honestly, if you
If
like
you
a
don't-
lot of people, a lot of people don't owe taxes back to the government.
Right, they get a
when you do
refund
your-
check.
Yeah, if you're getting a refund check, you're not getting a refund on that car.
Right.
That's
Yeah,
it's-
that
it's a
tax
scam.
incentive is not going to help you.
You're not gonna get it.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's
Yeah,
the
it's-
next one we have?
It's crazy though. But fuck guys like that.
Yeah.
Oh, the
I
next
can't stand Klaus Schwab. That guy. I hate him. I hate every
Yeah.
part about him.
Now
Yeah.
the next one, I think this one is.
It's pretty
not
crazy.
It's not real.
I
but
don't
it's
really buy
crazy.
into it. Could you zoom in a little bit, Caleb?
Into the
It's going to be
video.
hard to see, but apparently Bigfoot was filmed in Colorado the other day. So people, I guess, were riding on a narrow gauge train, and seeing
You
him
can-
like walking across this open, like hillside or whatever.
No, the crazy thing is he does blend in really well with the scenery.
He does, and honestly, I think this is probably the best resolution capture of Bigfoot I've ever seen.
Yeah.
One of the comments I saw the other day, I was scrolling the comments. One of them said, "That can't be Bigfoot. He's like low resolution or something like that." It was funny. I don't remember.
He's like
exactly.
Donkey Kong resolution. Like
Yeah, he's 8-bit. Look at it. Look how shiny it is, though. You can see the fur move and everything. It's taking a dump.
Are these people on a train?
Yeah, it's a narrow gauge
Okay.
train. I get from what I understand.
Huh.
I don't know.
I don't really
play
buy-
that again.
I don't really buy that footage. But
I don't either, but it's
It's
interesting.
really funny.
I'm pretty fascinated by like cryptids in general, so
Yeah.
I like this kind of stuff. Even though I'm not really a believer in Bigfoot or really any of those kind of cryptids like Dogman and those things. I enjoy. I
Right.
like to read the stories and stuff, but I don't really buy into it.
Right. I think Bigfoot is more realistic than like Dogman or like I don't know, some of the
Like
other ones.
Wendigos or Skinwalkers or.
Skinwalkers.
I've actually
are different,
I've been informed that you're not even supposed to talk about skinwalkers.
You're not supposed
It's
to.
like
but you're not supposed to say
it's supposed
skinwalker.
yeah, you're not supposed to say it. It's like bad juju, and supposedly it's like cultural appropriation. Like it's
Oh, really?
yeah. Apparently it's
didn't-
like offensive to
my-
even talk about it.
My bad. I didn't know. To all the Native Americans out there.
Yeah,
I didn't know
I
it was
recently
offensive.
learned about it too, but
Oh, okay.
you're supposed to mention it if you can't say it.
But it's
Like it's not in a bad context, but
Right.
just to bring it up. But
Hmm.
apparently
Yeah,
you're
I-
not supposed to say it.
I think Bigfoot out of all the cryptids though, other than the chupacabra. So Bigfoot and the chupacabra I think are the most realistic because you have the like with the chupacabra you have the Tasmanian tiger,
Yeah,
which is close.
yeah.
With Bigfoot you could think of like the Nephilim, the giants. I mean, there's skeletons of giants found
Yeah,
all the time,
yeah.
which could be Bigfoot type people.
Right. And if it's any relation, it would be, like what is depicted in the Bible, that they would be like descendants of Nephilim.
Nephilim, yeah. Because I mean, you
But
have
we talked about it in another podcast the
Afghanistan.
the
one,
yeah the one in Afghanistan, the giant that was like stabbing Marines.
just skewering them.
Yeah, he just comes out of a cave with a spear and he's just like going to town. I don't know. Bigfoot.
But you have Marines that actually talk about that story though, that were actually there
Yeah. I wonder if any of them are still
around.
around. To even talk
That's a
about
good
it.
thought.
It'd be cool.
But-
It'd be cool if we could get an interview with one of them.
Oh, dude, that'd be sweet. With Bigfoot, it's possible that I think it's more of like something like that, like a Nephilim type thing. I don't think it's a big ass ape.
No, I don't think so either. But nobody's seen Bigfoot up close.
Up close, yeah.
If he exists,
If you see him up close, generally
you're probably not gonna be alive to tell the
Probably.
story.
probably gonna be dead.
Yeah, you'll get skewered with a spear like that. I don't know. Go ahead and play it again. Why not?
Oh, why
Let's
not?
see it again. Look how shiny its fur is and like how it moves. I don't know. It's the best quality video of a supposed Bigfoot I've ever seen.
To be fair, if shit hits the fan, people are gonna see a lot more Bigfoots because there's gonna be a lot more people out there in ghillie suits just sitting out.
Yeah, no kidding.
This-
Okay, so the
this
real
time-
question is, if you ever saw Bigfoot, would you shoot it?
No, I'd leave him alone.
I don't know. I probably would shoot it.
I mean, why though?
I'd go Bigfoot hunting. Why not?
Eh.
Prove once and for all whether or not it's real.
That's fair. Just shoot it and be like,
Chances are you're not going to get a good video. Well, I mean, these people got a relatively good video of a supposed Bigfoot. But how many are there? They're all reported all over the
Yeah.
country.
all over the world.
all over the world. Well, those are Yetis or Sasquatch.
Yeah, they're the same thing though.
Yeah, they're all supposedly the same species.
Yeah. But
Mm.
it's the crazy thing is the fact that it is all over the world. There's
It is crazy.
and the stories go back
Centuries.
centuries.
So thousands
when
of years.
Native Americans talked about them.
Yeah.
That's the crazy thing.
It
Like
is
it's
pretty
not
crazy.
just like one little country has these made up stories about something they've seen in the woods. It's across the globe, which makes you go, okay, maybe it's a real.
It makes
thing.
you almost want to like actually believe it,
Yeah.
I'm skeptical. I like anybody else, but if somebody, this is a little bit more believable than any other footage I've seen.
Right. Yeah. Then the funny thing is that comment where it says, "Of course, is a clear Bigfoot video right now
Yeah,
with everything going on." Oh,
of course, Bigfoot.
Hey, look, Bigfoot.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, look, there's aliens. The funny thing about cryptids and aliens and stuff, did you hear about the guy that the dude that brought those aliens to the Mexican?
Oh yeah, that
Like,
was all hoax too.
That dude is going to prison.
Is he for that?
Yeah, because they found out they scanned those alien mummy,
Yeah,
things. And it's like this encasing that they put around human bones. Those were actually so inside of those little alien things, there's actually human children bones inside.
Really?
Those, yeah.
Oh, I did not hear that. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So apparently he's going to probably to prison over it.
Wow.
So he hoaxed it. He took human bones and encased them in something, and made alien mummies
Out of
out of human bones.
human bones.
Yeah.
That's
So when they scanned
insane.
it, they actually found human bones that were in it.
wow. That's
skeleton.
insane. I didn't even see that. That's crazy.
Yeah. I'm like, oh,
The next, well, actually, let's show these pictures. We'll circle back to Israel real quick, so you can go over to the next.
ain't
Yeah,
no
that one.
circle back. girl.
Do the middle one. Do the middle one first. Yeah. So a little bit of context here. It's a gnarly looking image, but supposedly this is a charred baby. That
remains, yeah.
yeah.
Israel, but
supposedly, and the prime minister of Israel released this photo, and anybody who has seen it before probably saw it on Twitter, posted by Ben Shapiro. He was
Yeah.
like, he was posting this all over the place, and come to find out, this is actually an AI generated image.
Yep.
And you can go to the next.
And that's the crazy thing is that the fact that it is AI generated.
Yeah,
image.
so they're claiming that somebody is claiming this is the original photo. To me, that looks also AI generated.
Yeah.
Look at all the blood on the cot, and this container that the puppy is in. The way it's laying looks more like it's laying on a flat surface
Right.
than it is on in a basket or whatever this is.
Right.
That looks AI generated to me, but the other one doesn't look really like it's. Go to the first one, Caleb.
That does not look AI
That just looks like
generated.
garbage to me. But
Yeah, that looks like burnt. Well,
I don't know. I do see some bones.
like a skull
Yeah.
on the right side. And this is the really shitty thing that's going on right now with AI. How do you even tell what's real?
Exactly. Yeah,
And
exactly.
It's fucking scary.
And then this is the one that Ben Shapiro was posting everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to tell what it is exactly. It's charred, whatever it is. Honestly, to me, this looks more real than the puppy one.
Right. Well, go back to the puppy. See, up by that puppy's head, it looks in this video or in this picture, it looks more like it's concaved.
Yeah.
But if you go back to the other one, the middle one,
It's like it's more flat, like it's the cot, the shape of the cot.
yeah,
And that also kind of looks, I don't know if this is like paper, but it kind of looks like an Amazon bag that's like ripped open.
right,
You can see it down in the corner to the left, how there's like a seam and then it's like ripped and
right,
like peeled back, almost like a
like an evidence
Amazon
bag almost.
Yeah, or an evidence bag.
Huh. Yeah, I don't know which one's real or not. I do know there's children being burned alive in Israel.
Yeah.
Just like the
Like I said, it's hard to tell really what's real and what's not, and
Yeah.
what is just people talking out of the side of their mouth.
well, it's just like with the people in the Gaza Strip. Like Israel put out a thing saying like, "Hey, you guys need to leave this area."
Yeah, all 1.1 million of them.
Yeah, 1.1 million, and Hamas is not allowing them people to leave.
Yeah, and to be fair, a lot of people there also just don't want to leave.
Yeah, that's true.
That's their home. Which
I get
here's
that.
here's one thing I kind of find to be. You can just go ahead and pull the camera up. One of the things I find just kind of weird, I guess you could say, about the people that complain about what's going on over there, saying that Palestine or Hamas is like a open air prison and these people they're trapped, they can't leave.
Right.
Which is true.
yeah.
They're kind of surrounded by a border, they can't leave. They're getting all their power and water and everything from Israel.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, yeah, they are in an open air prison, but it's kind of wild to me that Israel says, "Okay, everybody leave Hamas not Hamas, Gaza, and everybody leave," and they're like, "Oh, we're not leaving. This is our home." Well, if you're in such bad living conditions and you live in an open air prison, wouldn't you want to leave?
Yeah.
I mean, I get the
You'd
whole.
wanna
I get the
leave.
whole. That's this is my home
Right.
and everything, but it isn't your home anymore.
Well, and
That's the way I see it. I mean,
Like-
it's as tragic as that is, and it unfortunately it's like if your house burned down and you're like, I'm not leaving.
Mm.
Well, where are you gonna go? Your house is gone.
right. Well, this this isn't equal at all.
No, it's
As far
it's
as,
not
like-
equal, nor is it fair.
Like with a hurricane that's about to hit Florida.
Oh, right.
Like this doesn't hold the equivalence of that.
No.
But if the governor is like, hey, you guys need to evacuate, or else your home is going to be like you're possibly going to lose your life. Your home
Yeah, or
could get destroyed.
Yeah.
Like if a warning like that comes out, you go, okay, I'll just come back to it. Hopefully, I get it. You don't want to leave, but Israel is going. They're going.
They
to
openly said that they're gonna blow that place to
to
smithereens.
Yeah.
They said it. They said it out in the open. They were warned by Hamas that they needed to put out a warning prior to them bombing anything.
Yeah.
As they did. They said, "Okay, everybody leave.
Right.
It's in your best interest that you leave because we are gonna destroy that city." It's
Yeah.
tragic and it's
tragic.
it's
both ways.
egregious.
Yeah.
None of it should be happening. I don't stand behind any of it.
Mm-mm.
I'm not gonna choose a side. I don't know why everybody's so bent out of shape over. Oh, you need to side with so and so. You need to side with so and so. No, I don't.
You know what I want?
I want peace. I want
peace, and I want people to stop
Killing-
dying.
exactly. Stop killing each other.
Just
That's what I want.
live in peace. Fucking where's if you want to be treated a certain way, then treat others how you want to be treated. Like that goes for both sides. If you want respect, treat other people with respect.
Exactly.
And it goes for both sides. Like to respect each other, and then you wouldn't have this problem. I don't get it.
No, me neither.
But if you just want death and destruction, then nothing's ever gonna be fixed. Just treat each other with respect. But I think it's more of just political bullshit and political corruption.
Yeah, exactly, and just religious feud.
Yeah, and those people at the top don't give a fuck about your respect.
No, only themselves.
Only themselves.
Well, I guess we can go through
Some
some
news.
ground news. Just see what's going on. I haven't really checked in a few hours. Everything changes so quickly.
It does.
So let's learn together what's going on.
Oh yeah. Israel military announces it is prepared for coordinated air, ground, and naval offensive in Gaza Strip. Yeah, so they're going in. They don't give a crap now.
Yeah, Israel
So they
already
gave that warning, and they're like, well, we're going
exactly.
in.
Israel already had been preparing to
Yeah.
for a ground assault. So
Biden says,
what's this here? Oh, the Louvre evacuated from a bomb threat. When was this? I heard they closed yesterday, but I didn't hear anything about a bomb threat.
So that's in France.
Yeah.
Oh, the other thing that we could talk about is it was actually pretty funny to watch with Jordan winning the Speaker of House. Because they were just like, because Scalise was running for the Speaker of
Yeah,
House, and
and
they're
he
like,
didn't.
nope.
Yeah, they all voted against him. So is Jim Jordan is the speaker now, or
Yeah, Jim Jordan won the speakership. Which, I get it. They're all politicians. They're all fucking liars.
they're all filthy? Yeah.
They're all dirty. As far as like Jim Jordan, he's kind of hard nosed, in a way. He doesn't really put up with bullshit, but he's also, I mean,
He's a politician.
he's a politician at the
Yeah.
end of the day. But he is still hard nosed, and he actually asks hard questions.
He does. Similar to who's the guy from Kentucky, Rand Paul.
Yeah.
I like watching him, go back and forth with people. He's pretty good at it, and I agree with a lot of what he says. But same thing. He's a politician at the end of the day. Let's see what else we got. 3 dead after a shooting at a party in Denver. That's
Damn.
Wow. Is this a college party or?
Probably. Industrial storefront.
Oh, I don't see it here, but Israel, didn't Saudi Arabia threaten to cut off fuel supply to the world?
No, that was Qatar.
Qatar. Okay.
Qatar threatened to cut off the natural
Natural gas.
gas
Yeah.
supply, which is like, oh, I just blew in the mic. My bad. Sorry, headphone users. No, which is like a really large supply of natural gas.
Yeah.
It's a really big supply, and that's scary because cold weather is coming, especially up here for us in the north.
Mm-hmm.
Cold weather, natural gas heats your home. That's kind of terrifying if they cut off natural gas.
Yeah. It would be devastating to everybody.
Energy prices are already fucking high enough.
Yeah, exactly.
There was another thing about what was that? Go down. Saudi Arabia. Keep going down. Something with a deal with Saudi Arabia and where was
Did
that?
we lose it?
I think we lost it.
Yeah, I did. Like refresh the page.
It's like because there was a peace deal between Israel and Saudi Arabia, and it looked like that Saudi Arabia was putting that on hold,
Oh, okay.
which is another that's not good. Yeah, I don't know where it went. What
Oops.
happened to Ukraine? Is Ukraine war still a thing? Is that
Yeah.
still
Oh,
going on?
yeah. As far as I'm aware. Which I thought was kind of hilarious. I saw a thing yesterday. Putin was calling for a ceasefire from Israel.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Dude, you're invading another person's country and you have the gall to tell someone else, "Hey, don't do that."
Yeah, no crap. Hypocrite.
Right? We need this war to end. Meanwhile, he has his own going on.
The last thing I knew, yeah, he has his own going on. But the last thing I knew is Ukraine is asking for more funding.
I think they
And
got
more
it. Didn't
weapon.
it? Wasn't it 200 million or something?
I'm
along
not
those
sure,
lines?
but they're getting their teeth kicked in.
Yes,
Ukraine
They
is getting
are.
their teeth kicked in,
they're not
Bad.
sitting very well.
which I don't choose. I don't
choose a side in that
side
either.
there either. Can't stand Russia. Can't stand Ukraine. Both of them corrupt as hell,
Yep.
and both countries can go to hell.
Mhm.
But the facts are, Ukraine is not going to win this fight.
No,
They're getting their
even with our
asses kicked.
even with our funding, they're not sitting very good.
No.
And we're bound to start funding this Israel conflict, and
I really think that
I think it was a few days ago, President Zelensky was complaining about the what's happening in Israel
yeah.
and Palestine, and he said something about how he has concerns that the attention from Ukraine will go away.
Yep.
Well, of course,
It's
you're not the new thing anymore.
I think yeah, and I actually kind of feel like what happened is the Ukrainian war is because they're getting their teeth kicked in so bad that we just needed another war to kind of replace it so we can funnel more money into
Yeah,
wherever
probably.
else.
It's something that's not as much of a you're just
Yeah. We always have to find a place to funnel taxpayer money,
yeah.
which is messed up. Like I would you know what would help out our economy? Like drastically is if people were able to hold on to their money that they actually made. Like if they kept their taxpayer money in their checks, like that's a lot of extra money. We go out and buy product and you'd be like, oh look, our economy's growing because people are buying product and makes more sense than
Yeah,
fucking
it makes
funding
too
a
much
government.
sense. That's the problem. Yeah. Well, I think that might just do it.
How long are we at,
A
Caleb?
little over an hour and a half.
Oh no, not bad.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. There is a poll: fewer Americans support arming Ukraine.
Oh, no. I don't support it.
No, I think most people are like, no.
I support arming our own people. I support fixing our own problems and addressing our own situations rather than sending
Yeah.
entire fleets to the Mediterranean and sending weapons and billions of dollars to Ukraine.
Right. Oh, I know something that we could talk about. I wish it wasn't cloudy out today because I didn't get a chance to see
The
it.
eclipse.
The eclipse, the Ring of Fire eclipse.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a bummer we didn't get to see it today.
I wish we could have got to see it because that would have been cool.
I know. Did you
It's
get to
kind
see
of
the last
interesting.
one we had?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
I
it
think it
was
was
sweet.
2017, the one that we didn't get the full effect. And
Full one,
we
no.
didn't hear either today, but
No, it went down towards more towards
Texas I think
Texas
was
area.
in the yeah. I'm gonna go to the one next year.
Oh, there's a
Yeah, I think the closest plane of totality is in it's over by Toledo or something.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we wouldn't have to drive too far, but I think we're gonna go.
Yeah, it's really cool. And not to get too religious, but it's kind of weird.
Yeah,
Timing-wise.
I'm not, I am not a religious person, but I've been kind of trying to
Kind of look at it with an open
look
mind.
at it with an open mind. And I've never read the Bible, but from what I understand, it's a biblical prophecy that we're in right now, with the war in Israel, or supposedly in the Bible, there's a war surrounding Jerusalem from the north and from the south.
Yeah.
Which would be Hamas and Hezbollah, are from the north and the south,
You have
and it would
there's
be
other-
during an eclipse,
Mhm.
which is today. It's insane to think about. But
It's really weird. But I mean, with that war, I forget what books it's in, but with that war, there's more countries than just Hamas and Hezbollah. There's, those surrounding countries. That's why it's weird that Lebanon, Jordan, all these other countries that surround Israel are kind of going to the border and getting ready for a fight.
Right.
And then there's an eclipse.
Well,
and
and
we're like,
they've all read the same book too, so that
yeah.
it's pretty crazy. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe they planned it.
Well, the theory behind
I suppose I get from what I understand that the attack took place on the 30th anniversary or 20th anniversary of
of something.
it was
that
the,
was done.
the 9-day war or something like there was
6
some
day-
it was
6 day
a
war.
it was an anniversary from what I gathered
Yeah.
out of it.
Yeah, there's something like that. It was like a 6-day war.
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
Which
I'm not up to speed on
The
the history of that.
the 6-day war was wild because Israel fought off Russia, Egypt,
Syria?
Syria, and there's multiple other countries, but Israel whooped their ass in 6 days to where they're like, oh, we don't
Bye.
want to be here no more.
That
That's crazy.
is crazy.
But that was also in 1973, I think,
Okay.
which was a while ago.
I think that's what it
Didn't really
was
have-
then. It was there was a anniversary.
Yeah.
That would be 50 years or 50 years.
Oh yeah, it would be.
Wow.
Yeah, that's interesting. But yeah, I just thought I'd bring that up. The Ring of Fire.
I forgot about that because it's been cloudy all day, so we
Yeah.
didn't even get to witness it.
It's just the symbology between the things that are happening right now with that, and you're like,
It's unsettling.
huh.
It's unsettling.
All right.
And everything around us is crumbling all at the same time, and it's pretty crazy.
I don't like it.
Me neither.
Like, I want to go back to, first off, either being just a child and just not having to
Not have to worry about anything.
have to worry about anything,
Yeah.
or just at least if I was an adult, just go back in time to where things were better, to where
Yeah. So the unfortunate part of that is everything's just gonna happen again anyway.
yeah, it's just a repeating
When
cycle.
when you go back in time, you just end up repeating and repeating and repeating.
Yeah. It's just a repeating cycle.
Yeah.
But
Well, I think that's gonna do it.
yeah, I think we'll call it there, but make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
Whatever those
kn-
things are.
Yeah, you're not new to YouTube. You know what to do.
Yeah, just the little thing down there somewhere.
Somewhere in this region.
This region right here,
Yeah.
like right down.
Just click it.
Just push
It's
that-
not gonna
just
hurt you.
push
Just
that
click
button
it.
right there. Yeah, but yeah, thanks for watching. Have a wonderful night. And
Yeah.
hopefully things get better.
Hopefully. Keep our fingers crossed.
Have a good night.